lighter-ish makeup as far as like a makeup junkie goes. You know what I mean? Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today. And I would say that overall kind of theme for my favorites this week would be kind of like rosy, girly sort of makeup looks. Actually, I really was kind of liking lighter-ish sort of makeup. I applied more today just because on camera, like, you can see it better if I apply a little bit more, but really was just kind of going light-handed. I would either do a little bit more on the cheeks and then less on the eyes. Yeah, so I mean, lighter-ish makeup as far as like a makeup junkie goes. You know what I mean? So yeah, these kind of colors were what I was loving, and I got some good favorites to chat about, so let's get to them. Okay, so first off, the Alter Ego Daydream palette. This is really, really pretty. I love the packaging to it. Beautiful, nice and weighty. So I do have this on my eyes, as well as another thing I'm about to mention to you. This is a beautiful palette, like a very kind of rosy, burgundy, purpley sort of a palette. There are quite a few deeper colors, so I really didn't reach for those a lot, just kind of in my outer corner, because like I said, I was usually doing kind of lighter eye looks, but what I love the most in this palette are these. They're like, almost like ColourPop Super Shock shadows, so they're like a cream. They are literally like a cream. And then there's this one. I mean, this is just an FYI. I really didn't use this, but there's like a concealer in there too. So that's just an FYI. So that's kind of fun and interesting and different. So mainly loved those two, but even the blending shades like this one right here, very pretty, really nice texture to them. They are soft shadows, so you can even see like in the palette gets pretty dirty. I do get a little bit of fallout, but I don't notice like anything super major. But I do notice some, so definitely tap off your brush, but I notice more dustiness in the palette. But, I mean, it's like really pretty. I really enjoy the final makeup looks that you can come up with. But I was just really kind of gravitating towards the lighter sort of shades in there. I would grab one of the slightly deeper ones, kind of like mid-tone to moving towards the deeper shades, maybe one, and just deepen up my outer corner. But overall, I was loving the most the lighter shades in the palette. So there they are right there. But every time I used it, I really loved the final makeup look. I think it just all comes together and is really, really pretty. So nice quality packaging to it, good price point, really pretty color scheme in here. Really just soft shadows. So you really just have to tap off your brush and do some cleanup on your face because you may have a little bit of fallout, but like I said, more so in the palette than on your face. And then y'all know my love for the Makeup Geek Peach Bellini palette. That is so good. Such a good palette. Amazing quality of the shadows. I love the formula. So I ordered this one. This is the Champagne and Rose palette. Really cute little packaging. Nothing like overly amazing, but functional and cute, and you can see through, which is nice. So this one is a little bit more kind of like taupey rosy, whereas the Peach Bellini is more peachy, as the name suggests. So here is this one. So I actually have this kind of several places on my face. I have a little bit of this on as a cheek topper, and it's pretty in that way, so I will swatch that for you. The mattes are just so creamy and buttery and easy to work with. Very minimal kick up in the pan, very minimal fallout, if any, on the face. I mean, the formula is, I've said this before, dang near perfect. I mean, I really don't have much to say as far as negative. I mean, it's just so good, so blendable, easy to work with, pretty on the eyes, wears well. I really like the color story in this one. Of the two, the Peach Bellini is still definitely my favorite just because I love those peachy tones in that one. And it's really pretty as a blush. Did I use this as a blush? I might have used this one as a blush. I don't think this week, but I think I've used it before because I've had this a little bit. I can't remember if I've used this as a blush, but anyway, her shadows do work on the face as a blush too. So that's another reason I love the Peach Bellini, because it's really pretty as a blush too, and as a highlighter. So anywho, of the two, that one's my favorite, but I do really like this one as well, just because the formula is so, so good. So yeah, Loved that too. And for blush, I've been trying out some new drugstore makeup, so I will have another What's New at the Drugstore video soon, but there's a couple little previews in this video. I don't know how new these new Physicians Formula Butter Blush shades are, but they were listed under the new section on Physicians Formula website. So I think they are semi-new, but I don't know if they're like in the last month or so. But anywho, I've been trying out several of them. Let me tell you the color. This one is the Muru Muru Butter Blush in Copper Cabana. Copper Cabana. So this is, like, just looking at the swatch, kind of scary for my skin tone because it looks more like an eyeshadow. And it's very pigmented, but it's really, really nice in formula. So it's very buttery, as the name suggests. It's buttery and like creamy and melds into the skin and just looks very, very beautiful. And if you just get like a light application of it, it's really pretty and ends up being very kind of sun-kissed. I've had a tan and a fake tan, of course. And it just kind of like gives that sun-kissed sort of a glow on the skin. But you can see, I mean, that's a pretty dark color. So, I mean, I do have to be semi-light-handed with it, even with a sunless tan. But I just like it because it's a summery color, and I feel like it's a little bit unique because there's not a ton of blushes kind of in this color family, this kind of, how would I describe this? Like a coppery rose, maybe? So I feel like it's just a little bit unique and really nice formula and just summer. And in lips this week, I was really, really liking a glossy lip. So I have two glossy lip favorites, and then I tried out another lip product that I will mention to you in a second. Okay, so first off, what I have on my lips right now, this is one of the Milani glosses. I think I just mentioned one of these last week, I think. This is the Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. Pretty packaging to it. It's kind of like a fat sort of a gloss packaging, so that's cute. This is the shade Luminoso. So pretty. So now I have three of these. I have something rose, tender rose, something rose, and then sparkling pink, I think it is, and then this one is Luminoso. So yeah, so glossy and beautiful. I would describe this as a golden peach, like a light golden peach. So pretty, and this would look beautiful with the Luminoso Glow palette, the one that looks so pretty on the eyes and as a highlighter and as a cheek topper. Beautiful palette. So same sort of idea and color family, so this would look beautiful with that palette. I need to do that. That would be amazing. It's just a really pretty, light, goldeny, and I say golden because the kind of the shift of it is a little bit golden, sort of a peach, but it's light, it's neutral, so that's what I have on my lips right now. I do have a little bit of Jordana Tawny just kind of on the outer edges of my lips just to give a little bit more shape to my upper lip, but I love this color. I think it's very neutral and pretty. This lived in my purse. Formula-wise on these, they are supposed to be a plumping gloss. They're kind of cooling on the lips, kind of a little bit just icy feeling on the lips or something, and they even have kind of a minty, like a sweet minty scent to them, but it's not overpowering. So I really like the scent of it. I don't find the cooling uncomfortable at all. It's very similar to the Buxom sort of glosses. What else? Not sticky, like at all. So not super long wearing. So you do have to reapply to kind of keep that glossiness, but it's just one of those fun ones to live in your purse. It's easy to apply, that's comfortable on the lips. It looks really like icy, glossy. And I just love it. So I love this color so much. And this is another guy that I found on the Ulta website. And I think this is a new gloss. This is one of the Revlon, I have no idea what this is called. Lustrous lip glosses, maybe? I'm not sure if this is maybe just a new color. I don't know. This is Lean In. Lean In. And this is kind of sort of similar to the Milani glosses. They both have kind of fat doe foot applicators on them. This one is also kind of, I don't know, very like glass-like because it's so glossy, but this one is lighter and more of just a hint of pinky peach. It's just lighter. It has less color to it, so I would fill in my lips a little bit more with a liner with wearing this one. But you don't have to. I mean, it just kind of depends on how much color you want on your lips. But it's very pretty. Formula-wise, I did not notice this being overly sticky either, but I was having to reapply. But I really like the color of it. I'm trying to make sure I'm remembering correctly. It's amazing how quickly, like, I have to really take note of things when I'm, especially lip products. I'll put them on and then I just kind of forget about them. So I'm having to, like, yeah, not overly sticky. Very similar to the Milani glosses. So, but it's just super glossy and pretty, and I was just feeling like glossy lips this week. So yeah, that's a new one. And last lippy that I was wearing for the week, I just went ahead and popped it on so you could see it on my lips. So I got this through Octoly to try out. This is the Givenchy Encre Interdite. Interdite. That's my best guess. This is the Lip Ink 24-hour wear, comfort and no transfer. And this is in the shade 02 Artsy Pink. So there is the box for it. Here is the packaging on it. So I like the packaging. The packaging is pretty. It does have a little bit of a scent to it. And I don't know how to describe it. It's a little bit sweet perfumey. But I hesitate to say perfumey because it's not like that intense perfumey scent. I actually really don't mind the scent. It's really not unpleasant for me personally. Yeah, it's just kind of a little bit like sweet, but not like candy sweet. I don't know how else to describe it. So it does have a scent to it. Applicator is kind of a flat doe foot, and I like it. You really can get pretty precise application with it. So there is the little applicator on it. I already swatched it for you. Color-wise, it is kind of a raspberry pink, I would say. So it's a pink that is still kind of a statement, but it's not like a neon pink or anything like that. So I think it's very pretty, the color. So I tried this multiple times in different ways. And overall, I think it's okay. So I tried it, I put it on, and then Timothy and I went to eat, and I looked at my lips, and it really did not wear well through eating, which kind of surprised me because it says lip ink, and you would think it's kind of like more of a stain sort of a situation, but it really kind of wore away. So it kind of goes on very liquidy, and then it sets down to be more of a stain. It'll keep a little bit of tackiness for a little while, but it's very minimal, and then it just kind of sets down and just stains your lips a little bit. But if you eat fairly quickly after applying it, I think it was maybe like 30 minutes or something, it didn't seem to really last through eating. But applying it and then not eating, it wore very well. It just kind of like wore away, not very weirdly, just sort of faded. So I liked it that way. Is it my favorite lippy? No, especially since it's a higher price point, but it's kind of hard. I really don't like lip stains, like at all. Like there's one from Maybelline, and the one that I tried, whatever it was patchy. I didn't like the formula of it. It felt very drying on the lips. So I'm really picky about lip stains. And this one I would say is on the side of I don't mind it very much. And if I want a little bit of stain to my lips, I would grab for this. Like if I were gonna be out all day or something and I didn't think I was gonna necessarily be eating a lot, well, even then I'd probably put it on. I'm babbling. I think it does wear fairly well, and as far as the lip stain goes, I don't think it's a bad one, but it is a higher price point, so I wouldn't go out and purchase more of these, but I'm excited that I got the chance to try it, and I do think it's a pretty color. Okay guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving this week, or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!